Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to show how your company can partner with the Benefits at Work Private Insurance Exchange to fulfill your new obligations under the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act while you remain confident that you are making the soundest decisions for both your company and your employees. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ron Levine, founder of Benefits at Work, a web-based and call center enhanced private insurance exchange. I've spent the last 30 years in the insurance industry, and I can say without reservation that there has never been a time, nor do I believe there will ever be another time in my lifetime, where the insurance industry and its relationship to your business undergoes such dramatic change. I've seen a lot over those years and pride myself in being an early adapter to change when necessary. This is one of those times. I enrolled my first Section 125 cafeteria plan back in 1987, the year the government first provided guidance on doing so, and even owned, operated, and eventually sold a third-party administration firm. So I understand what it takes to implement new programs and new ideas. My company is the right company to help you through the maze of new regulations and responsibilities associated with healthcare reform. Who can forget those infamous words of then Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi? We have to pass it so you can find out what's in it. Well, they passed it, the Supreme Court upheld it, and whether you like it or not, it's now the law of the land. The fact that you are running a successful business means that you are probably not sitting around with a lot of free time to read the 2,700 pages of legislation and the 10,000 plus pages of supporting regulations. There is an incredible shift that will be occurring over the next 3 to 5 years, and now is the time to chart the best course for your business. Now, before we get into real solutions, there's one thing I need to point out to you that you may or may not be aware of. Buried in all those pages of regulation is a requirement that by October 1st of this year, you are required to notify all of your employees of their options in the healthcare marketplace and the potential eligibility for premium credits. Now, we can get into the whys the government is requiring you to educate your employees, but for now, the short answer is that it's just one of the many tools the government is using to encourage the demise of employer-provided group health insurance. The world of the individual ownership in health insurance is the wave of the future. There is little chance of it changing back to the way things were, regardless of what political faction is in power. In fact, if you look at the alternatives presented by the Republicans, they, for the most part, all call for a move to individual ownership and only differ on the use of tax credits as opposed to subsidies. You will need a full range of services and platforms to customize your benefit offerings to remain competitive with others in your industry. There are thousands of dollars to be saved by both your business and your employees by embracing the new normal and formalizing a plan now to optimize your participation. Today, 145 million Americans get their health insurance coverage from their employers like you. In just 2 years, that number will drop to 20 million. There are up to an estimated 125 million people that are going to be making a move from the group market to the individual market in the next 2 years. We have the tools to assist you in that transition. There are 3 new mandates that all plans must have. 1, there are minimum levels of coverage for all policies must meet in order to be available. 2, all Americans must purchase coverage or face escalating penalties. All employers must offer affordable coverage in order to potentially avoid penalties. I'll explain why I say potentially in a bit. And number 3, all policies must become guaranteed issue. For children, that already began in 2010. It will become the case for all policies, both group and individual, in 2014. Tax credits help making premiums lower for those who can't afford coverage, and subsidies make premiums more affordable for those who can. As you can see from this chart, you can make a considerable amount of money, even over $150,000 a year in some cases, and still qualify for subsidies. That's why a large portion of employers will actually do a disservice to their employees if they continue to offer group health insurance. We can show you how to get more for your money if you currently do provide health insurance, and if you don't, we can still show you strategies that will provide savings and expanded benefit choices for both you and all of your employees. A little bit about exchanges. There are basically 2 types, those run by the government and those not. The government exchanges deal only with health insurance, And a best comparison is like getting your license from the DMV. The product choices are very limited within a government exchange. There are both federal and state exchanges. However, over 30 states have opted out from forming state exchanges, leaving only the federal government on the government side. Texas is one of those states that opted out. Then there are the private exchanges. That's what Benefits at Work is. Here the employees have more choices to choose from and can pick and choose the best overall package of benefits to suit their needs. They won't be enrolled by or trust their valuable personal information to anyone other than trained licensed insurance professionals supervised under the strictest guidelines. No government navigators with zero accountability will be allowed access to the private exchanges. So just how does our exchange work? The easiest way to explain how a private exchange operates is like this. Most everyone has looked for travel on Travelocity or shopped on Amazon. Those search engines go out on the web and find the best deals on travel and shopping. Benefits at Work kind of operates the same way. We go out and pull information from all the qualified individual health plans and put them back together in one simple, searchable, and comparable location, combined with both web and call center enrollments, and even outbound calling, where our call center calls each employee to counsel and enroll them in an individual health plan. Why is this important? One of the many hidden ugly parts of Obamacare is the real possibility of it becoming a full employment act for attorneys mining the airways for employees who have not been fully informed of their options. I predict it will be a whole new industry. Our call center gives you the confidence that we can document your efforts in providing your employees with every available option. With the Benefits at Work private insurance exchange, you and your employees will finally be able to get the best value uniquely for yourselves. You will find our site easy, informative, and beyond all else, useful. You will have access to live support by trained and licensed professional insurance agents. There are no navigators in our exchange. Those can only be found in the government exchanges. No one really wants to turn over their sensitive medical history to the same person that was selling magazine subscriptions at their last job. Will you offer group insurance or not? That's the big question. We will take a look at what you're doing now. We'll show you what your potential liabilities are to keep offering group coverage and what they would be if you don't offer coverage. Did you know there is a very real possibility that even if you offered a group plan that met all the new requirements per health reform, you could still end up paying penalties up to the amount you would have paid had you not offered anything at all? You see, if an employee opts out of your plan and seeks subsidies through the exchanges, you will be subject to a $3,000 fine per opting out employee, up to the fine you would have paid for not offering a plan at all. This is a real possibility because it is estimated that up to 68% of all employees will be eligible for a subsidy. For example, if you had 50 employees and you had 14 opt out, you would be subject to the maximum fine you would have paid having not offered a group plan. With the changes in how health care will be delivered, a majority of Americans will be better off if their employer offers no health coverage at all. I'll show you precisely why over the next few screens. In this first example, you'll see where the employer contributes the bare minimum he or she must to avoid paying a fine on this $55,000 per year employee. You see, the employer is only required to make sure that the employee's coverage is affordable based upon the regulations, or in other words, that the employee cost for employee-only coverage does not exceed 9.5% of the employee's household income. In this case, you multiply 55,000 times 0.095, and you find that the employer is only responsible for $175 a year toward this employee's insurance cost, and the employee must now pay approximately $14,381 per year for full family coverage. Under this scenario, there could be a riot. The employee is never going to go for this arrangement and would most likely opt out for an exchange. But that's not good news, that's bad news. You see, instead of the $2,000 penalty per employee you would have paid for not offering a plan at all, you will now be subject to a $3,000 fine per employee who opts out, up to the maximum fine you would have paid were you to have offered no plan. As I mentioned earlier, the government wants you out of the group health insurance business. Now let's say you as the employer decide that you will pay 50% of the employee-only cost, or $2,700. Now the employee only has to contribute $11,856 out of their pocket. It's a little better, but still room for a revolt. Since you are still offering group health insurance, you will still be subject to penalties if the employee chooses the subsidy route. Here, you pay 100% of the employee-only cost, which has been up to now very typical. Your employee is still out of pocket $9,156 or $763 a month. How many people making $55,000 per year can afford $763 per month coming out of their checks for health insurance? Here, the employer decides to pay 50% of the full family cost, or $7,278 per year. That still requires the employee to pay $7,278, or $606.50 per month. So how about if you drop health insurance altogether? How does it look for your $55,000 employee now? Now he only is out of pocket $4,135 or $345 per month for full family coverage, because the government has stepped in with subsidies to the tune of $10,421. Where is the employee better off? Again, remember, the healthcare reform plan is designed to kill the group health insurance market. What if we could show you how to set up a plan where you could place the money you are spending into an account for the employees to use to buy their own individual plan through our private exchange? Yes, we can get you out of the health insurance business forever. Wouldn't it be nice to never again deal with a health insurance renewal and the inevitable rate increases with the ever disappearing benefits? Let's take a look at how that would work. Let's say that you used to pay for the employee-only cost of $5,400 and now contributed that same amount to the defined contribution plan for your employees to use as they see fit. That's $450 a month to spend on benefits. Even if they use it to pay 100% for their health coverage out-of-pocket cost of $344.58 per month, they would still have $105 per month left to spend on additional benefits to round out and fill the gaps in their coverage. What if they were already spending $200, $300, or $500 or more per month on their group health insurance dependent cost? That might free up some real dollars for their life insurance needs or retirement planning, etc. Doesn't this look like a formula for a happier employee and in return a happier you? We have the tools to put all or some of the options together per your request. We can make health reform work for you. We help you build a package that helps you attract and retain good employees. It offers flexible and affordable benefit plans that all your employees will qualify for, and it maximizes you and your employees' tax savings without the administrative headaches. Here are some of the ways we help you fulfill your communications obligations to your employees. We will provide email announcements, paycheck inserts, a link from your company website, new hire package, outbound calls, a 24-hour-a-day accessible website, and a call center with live representatives 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Our experts will assist your employees to find the best plans for their needs and pre-existing conditions. And after January 1st of 2014, all plans will be guaranteed issue. So let me reiterate. Employees can save on their taxes. You can save on your payroll expenses. You can contribute tax-free dollars to your employees' individual health plans or offer no contribution at all. And our healthcare reform insurance experts are standing by to consult with your employees to educate and guide them through the whole process. Benefits at Work is offering you a total turnkey solution to your healthcare dilemma. We can save you thousands of dollars in tax savings with less than 10 minutes a month of administration. Our program will help attract and retain good employees, and your employees will save thousands of dollars in tax and premium savings and be sure that they have the best coverage based on their circumstance thanks to individual consultations. I hope that this presentation gave you a glimpse of how easy your benefits decisions could be once you take a look at the Benefits at Work Private Insurance Exchange. To learn more about our programs, please give us a call at 1-866-201-8234, or you can visit our exchange at any time at www.benefitsatwork.biz. Thank you for watching today. We appreciate your valuable time.